How do you know when the betrayal has really passed? Not the moment he apologized, not when you decided to stay, but when your body finally believes that you are safe again. This episode is brought to you by my HarperCollins published book, Mind Over Explicit Matter. If you've struggled with porn use or betrayal from a partner, this book can help you understand the brain behind it and help heal your situation. So go over to drtrishleigh.com/book. Because healing from betrayal isn't just about words or time. It's about what's happening between two nervous systems. Today, we'll talk about the emotional, relational, and neurobiological signs that show that the trauma has truly cleared for you and for him. After betrayal, your autonomic nervous system stays stuck in defense. Your amygdala scans for danger. Your prefrontal cortex tries to make sense of chaos. And your vagus nerve sends mixed signals. Stay close to the person who hurt me, but don't relax. That's why even months later, a look, a tone, or a phone ping can send your body into a surge of adrenaline. Your system doesn't yet trust the peace. The goal of recovery isn't forgetting what happened. It's teaching your nervous system that the threat is truly gone. Healing begins when each partner starts regulating separately. For you, that means grounding, breath work, and self-awareness practices that calm the amygdala and reactivate your prefrontal cortex. For him, it means breaking the dopamine driven habits that hijacked empathy, stepping out of the narcissistic bubble, and learning to tolerate discomfort without escape. When both nervous systems can spend more time in parasympathetic calm, not panic, not shutdown, the body starts to trust again. Once both partners can self regulate, they can begin to co regulate, syncing rhythms of safety. His prefrontal cortex, now online, allows empathy and attunement to return. Your nervous system, sensing consistent truth and gentleness, begins to lower cortisol and increase oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Here's how you'll know it's happening. Conversations feel steady, not volatile. You'll no longer monitor his tone or face for danger. Your body stays grounded, even when discussing the past. That's your vagus nerve confirming we're safe enough to connect. In his brain, consistent honesty quiets the reward circuits that once thrived on secrecy. The anterior cingulate cortex, the part that tracks integrity, it starts firing again. That's when accountability replaces avoidance. True healing emerges when safety is shared. Both nervous systems begin operating from the ventral vagal state, the zone of connection and compassion. You can sense each other's calm, match each other's breath, and repair conflicts quickly. This is what co-regulation feels like. You disagree, but neither of you dysregulate. You express need without fear. He listens without defense. That's not just emotional maturity, it's neuroscience. When both bodies stop scanning for threat, the alarm bells finally quiet. The relationship becomes a regulating force instead of a stressor. You'll know the betrayal has passed when peace feels natural again. Your chest feels open instead of tight. Your sleep deepens. You no longer analyze, you notice. Trust stops being an effort and starts being a rhythm. And if your body still spikes with fear, that's okay. Healing isn't linear. It's a practice of reminding your brain that danger is over again and again until it believes you. When both partners have retrained their nervous systems, his to honesty and empathy, yours to presence and peace, that's when the betrayal has truly passed. The alarm bells turn off, the body exhales, and you can finally feel safe in love again. If you'd like to see where your nervous system is in that process, brain mapping can show you, and I would love to show you. You'll literally see fear circuits calm and trust networks grow stronger. So, until next time, stay sane, my friend. Keep choosing peace over chaos. I'll see you then.